No mai hoki mai and welcome to the DCR AidStation. I'm Matt Raymond.
And I'm Ali Pottinger.
Buddy, how you feeling today?
Oh, tired, mate, tired. How about you?
Yep, tired. I was not fit for use nor ornament at work today. I always think you should take an extra day off, but then I feel sometimes I battle my privilege. But,
I was just thinking the same thing. Like, I've had my biggest work day and I don't know why I've done that to myself. But anyway, it is what we do, right?
Yeah. It actually the day got cooler because it steadily got busier and busier. But it was rad. And we're so tired because we have been down at Ohakuni for the Tussock Traverse and the Ring of Fire. And holy moly, what an amazing weekend that was.
Yeah. It was like the weather gods really, really shone on us this weekend. Like, everybody in New Zealand probably experienced the atrocious Thursday weather. And then Friday it was kind of still windy. Saturday, one of those glorious days where it's just calm and beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it really was not too hot, not too cold. And feel for our whānau up in Northland. I mean, they really got hammered up here where we were. We were like, oh dear, and then sort of we were going to go down Thursday night. We stuck our heads, out of the curtains on the Friday morning, and it was a bluebird day. So we're very, very lucky. But what an incredible event! Like, I didn't understand. I understood the toughness of the terrain intellectually, but what an amazing, amazing space to be in. Just so fantastic. I've been thinking about it all weekend. It's all week and all day, and just since I did it, it's been incredible. So I just want to go live in a space like that because it's pretty magical.
He's got that mountain magic happening.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is, like you said, isn't it? You can get the mountain magic without too much mountain.
Yeah. You got the right amount of mountain magic.
And that's not to say, though, I mean, certainly living at 0 meters sea level as I do, getting up to it's like 600, and I think the race started at around 800 to 1,000 meters. That certainly, you felt that, but you look up to your left and your right and think, gosh, it gets a lot steeper.
It certainly does.
What was so special about this year's event for you?
The people. So, like normally I'm on the mic. This year I wasn't, but I got to be at the AidStation and do media, and just getting to chat with people kind of mid-race, lots of DCR love listeners that are like, oh, I just love listening to you guys, and just, I don't know, like seeing people coming into the AidStation and knowing that they've had a big old time of it already and that they're going into what's probably the toughest part of the course with the goat leg, and seeing those looks on their faces of, like, oof, questioning life choices, but some actually like really buzzing and vibing on it. Like one lovely lady, Karen, that I chatted with, who listens, she was just like, she was at her element. She was loving it. So yeah, just the people, I think, is the really cool thing, seeing people out there enjoying or experiencing that, like maybe not always enjoying it, but experiencing that area and that real sense of wild adventure. And that was really neat for me just to, get to feel that buzz. Yeah.
I mean, wild adventure's right. And I don't want to say even on because they're two different events, right? One's marathon, then ultra marathon. The other one is, was it 10, 21, 32?
6, 12, 21, 32.
21, 32.
I think it might also be a 16.
Lots of options to choose from.
Yeah.
Running Rebecca and I did the 32K at the Tussock Traverse. I was so impressed. I was like, this is rad. This is gnarly. Coming down, especially coming up to a Kino saddle, and then you just drop down off the side onto like that slope. It was just fantastic. It was so much fun. But props to people making it through and looking like when we'd finished, there were people literally galloping into the aid station. They just looked fresh as a daisy. It was incredible.
Yeah. No, pretty cool.
Now we've got a bit of audio.
Yeah.
It's some of the most chaotic audio I think we've ever recorded.
I would agree. I did think that. And, like there's a lot of laughter. I snort laugh a lot of times. So disclaimer, But you know what? Like I think it also just captures that pre-race or race buzz that you get when you're out there. So, like hopefully people vibe with it.
Yeah, people will vibe with it. And it sort of foreshadows and then wraps up nicely one of the great sporting battles of the 21st century. Now, Andrew McDowell is someone who hates hand-holding in races. I absolutely despise it. You've listened to Dirt Church Radio the last 18 months, you know that. And between Rebecca and Short and I, there's absolutely zero hand-holding when it comes to an event. Like none at all. Like it is, even a training
Ruthless.
run. It's ruthless. Yep, it is ruthless. And it's this first bit of audio you'll hear was in our hotel room, and it was the night before the big event. So here we go.
Wow. We are sat in the wonderful Powderhorn. If you've never been here, it's like a giant Lockwood. That's not selling it, is it?
No, it is like a Lockwood. It's less murder housey than other Lockwoods I've stayed in. But we're in room 369 of the...
307?
Well, I was trying... Andrew, can you...
Oh, sorry.
Beat that out? In case anyone... I was going to say come up and party
Were
with
you
us.
putting the 69 in the number 307?
Yeah, we're
Stalks us either.
We're room 42069 of the Powderhorn, and it's like a ski lodge. I've never stayed in a room with a chandelier before. Have you, Rebecca?
No, I haven't.
A candelier.
Yes, yeah, it's chandelier adjacent. But we're down here. We're on a mission. We decided today, didn't we, that we would catalogue our engagement with giant fruit in Australasia. We got the pineapple in Queensland. We got the giant apple in...
Don't know where that city was. I don't want to call it a city. Suburb.
Small town.
Small town.
Yeah, there's a giant apple, very large apple, and we've been trying to look for the ohakune
Was it New York?
carrot. No, not the big apple. It's just a literal.
Okay.
It wasn't a metaphorical big apple.
Okay.
It was a literal big apple.
Okay.
Lots of cheap veggies and fruit in that little city,
yeah.
and a big apple.
And then we've been trying to find the ohakune carrot, but it's hard because it's got a green top and there's lots of trees in Okuni. So. And then
It's not hard.
We walked around it quite a bit. We walked around we did that lap of that block twice.
Yeah, but you got to go to the Carrot Playground. That's where it is.
Carrot World. We're going to write a book about it. But why we're here is for the Tussock Traverse.
That was a kind of roundabout way to get there. And you two are running the 32 tomorrow.
Yeah, 32 tomorrow.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, same.
And we just had a chat because I really expected you two to run it all holding hands. What's the go?
Oh, cute. Maybe we will, now you've suggested it.
There is nothing about our relationship over the last 25 years that would indicate that any degree of hand-holding would happen. Now, I've told you that story about, oh gosh, I can't remember his name. The gentleman who is, Michael, I can see the cake, his face is on it. It was the hospice fundraiser.
Oh, 52 for 52.
No, it was one of those ones. But
No, he did 52 for 52, and it was the fat boy run in Rotorua. Is this the one you're alluding to?
that's the one I was alluding to, yeah. I was a far fitter dude, and I was chasing, I think, Tim Day and Steve Neary. I mean, to be fair, they were light years ahead of everyone else. And I was in the pack chasing and going up through Funtal, the bottom end. It started at Blue Lake, and I took a wrong turn, ended up running 28, 29 kilometres, something like that, thinking, gosh, this is Mike Tennant is his name.
Oh, Mike Tennant. Okay, yeah.
It's been a long day. And Rebecca was up probably 700-800 metres ahead of me, running with Tago Marapara.
Oh,
Right. I forgot about that.
And she saw me, and Targo saw me, and she just took off.
I laughed so hard.
I can
For those
imagine you.
I could barely run. I was laughing that hard. It was the happiest, probably one of the happiest days of my life, Ellie. Aside from obviously marrying Matthew, having our children.
No,
Right
that's
up
number
there.
one. No.
Yeah, it was hectic. So we don't handhold. So even if we're out on a training run, like on the
Yeah.
weekends, if one of us is hot to trot and the other
to
is,
trot.
hey, it's on like Donkey Kong.
Every person for themselves.
No.
So yeah, there
Okay.
will be no handhold. Andrew McDowell will be so happy with that.
He will. I was really hoping for the opposite, just to have like a look Andrew moment.
No.
No.
Or does he handhold with his wife when he runs?
Yeah, absolutely. Him and Emma.
Andrew. All about hand holding.
Yeah. He is the most kumbaya person in the entire world. No, so no, there will be no such thing tomorrow, but it'll be super fun. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it, and it's amazing to be here. And like even coming down past the giant apple, and I know that's somewhat disrespectful that we both spaced on the name, but like coming down through from Tikuiti, Taihape, and coming around the side of the mountain, we couldn't see Ruapehu because it was all cloaked in cloud, and then we got here and it was just like it was cut in half. Yeah, just amazing. So stoked. How are you? What's your? I mean, you're around and about. You're working tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'm going
hard
to
job.
be at the finish line of Tussock, doing some media stuff. So I'll try and catch you guys across the finish line.
We're planning to win.
You planning to win?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you should be here for.
I mean, the
That's
People's
it.
Choice Awards.
Yeah.
I actually had an epiphany in the bar before.
Oh,
We
okay.
were having-
What
we
were
were-
you drinking?
I was drinking this delicious burnt orange IPA, which sounds so atrocious, but is actually really nice. And I thought, has any time ever being fastidious about my preparation helped me? Once.
Oh, when was it?
It came third at the Taniwha Marathon.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, but that was a long time. That was, as you said, well, you were like, that was 15 years ago. You know,
Keep them honest.
keep me
Rebecca.
honest.
Keep them honest.
And I thought, like, it's nice to have a good time, you know? Like, it's
Yeah.
really, really nice to just come here and enjoy the whole thing and walk around. And obviously we went and saw the expo and talked to Mark from Tailwind, and that was awesome. We went to Schnapp,
Oh, yeah.
in Waimarino to register.
Oh, yes. Oh,
That
that was amazing. What lovely human beings. They were wonderful. They washed our shoes. That was slightly awkward.
Well, it was slightly awkward for me, and I wish to state on the record that I did not read the fine print of this race. I did not understand that you needed to have clean shoes, and my shoes were
Oh, no.
not clean.
Riverhead
Oh,
mud, dirty.
no. That.
And I was like, I'll clean them. Like, no, and these volunteers cleaned my shoes for
Oh,
me.
bless them.
Yeah, no, it was.
They do
Yeah,
a good job.
they do a really
They
good
do.
job.
And
So
they've just released some kiwis, they told
Oh,
us. Yeah, they just
cool.
released some kiwis. Hopefully we will have finished and not see those kiwis. If we see those kiwis, it will have been a very bad day.
Yeah.
Ellie. Yeah.
I mean, but made better by the sighting of a kiwi.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll either be finishing too late or starting way too early.
it's exciting though, and it's super exciting. It feels like another one of these amazing races. Like we were thinking about it, like Kepler, Ring of Fire, Wu2K. Ring of Fire obviously is part of the race. It's the other side of the mountain, or the big dog, as it were. Crater Rim, where the whole community turns out, and
Yeah.
it's so nice. And the benefit of it is you have world class scenery, world class landscapes to run through national parks, and
Yeah. Dual UNESCO World Heritage Area. Like, that's pretty amazing to have two. You know, like one is epic. Two, I don't even know what that word is for that. Doubly epic.
Yeah, no, it's we're very, very lucky, and I think in the context too of how the world is at the moment, the privilege of getting to come down here and just
Yeah.
put one foot in front of the other for a couple of hours is pretty special. What are you most looking forward to tomorrow, Rebecca?
Ooh,
Beating me.
Holding hands with Matt.
holding hands with you, my darling.
We're not even going to talk on the bus. She'll have a podcast in.
Are you not?
We
What will
will.
you
We
listen
promise,
to?
Ellie. We will talk on the bus tomorrow.
Oh, she only,
Yeah, for you.
Okay,
she
please
only
do.
listens to Dirt Church Radio.
Yeah, I was going to say,
she-
it must be just DCR on repeat.
Hashtag obsessed. Have you ever listened to an episode of Dirt Church Radio? Like, be honest.
Ooh.
And it's fine if you ever listened in the
Face.
8 years. Have you ever listened to an episode of Dirt Church Radio?
No.
Oh, Rebecca. She's got the T-shirt on.
I know. It's cool merch. It is
Stop
cool merch.
snorting.
But that, I'm cool with that. I mean, you live it.
No, I have. That's a lie. I have. When I've come to live shows, I've listened to 3. There we go. I've listened to 3. Or
Well, you-
4 live shows.
However many live
4.
shows you've done.
However many live shows I've been at, I've listened. There we go. I've listened to them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Unedited.
It's just authentic life.
Raw.
It's raw.
Oh, yeah, raw.
What do
Just
you
raw doctor.
What are you most looking forward to tomorrow, Ellie?
Actually, I just love being in that area and seeing like Nguruhoe, just being in that mountain environment is pretty cool, and people enjoying themselves, and probably there'll be some muddy bums, I imagine, after this weather too. So seeing this, Rebecca's face is not looking so excited.
I thought it was like a gravel path.
No, mostly, but probably not for Tussock, but Ring of Fire, there'll be some good slippery bits, I'd say. So no, just seeing people enjoying our beautiful environment and, being out there by the mountain. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. What about you, Matt?
Just being here, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like getting to come down, getting to support grassroots events, getting to do events like this. It's not lost on me, the significance of it or the privilege of it. So, just really looking forward to getting amongst it tomorrow morning.
Change of scene is so good for the eyeballs.
Should put that on a coaster or something.
It is though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. And even the drive down, like that was super cool. It was engaging. Scenery was beautiful. Very lucky that it was super hit. I shudder to think about people in the far north. But even where we were last night, it was so heckers. Woke up this morning, not a cloud in the sky. It was, literally we cracked open the curtains like, what are we going to,
Yeah. A calm after the storm, and it should be pretty stunning out there tomorrow, I think. We've lucked in with the weather.
Any tips?
Tips. So it's actually pretty runnable, but it's also slightly uphill for a while. So, keep yourself in check and just know that you're going to have a nice downhill and some stuff to look forward to near the end of your course. You've got the falls that you can enjoy. So, just, I don't know, layer
Looks
up
like
for the start line. Probably 2 if it's cold.
Right.
Layer up for the start line, maybe.
Okay.
If there's a bit of a gap in timing, it can be quite cold while you're waiting, but then once you get going, you're fine.
It looks like the first 6K is uphill.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. We were puffing climbing the stairs before because we're at we live at
1,000 feet.
1,000 metres.
Yeah. No, you guys will be
Coming
sweet.
up from the bar.
Yeah. It always does. Who wants to leave the bar?
Speaking of, we should go watch the Warriors.
Yes.
Before we get into the next segment, I have to apologise formally, and I did it in the audio that's coming up, to Chrissy Faber. She's amazing. Like, I'm such a big fan. And the thing that I think is so cool about her is that she is so just matter of fact. She's really kind of got that whole German thing down, being from Germany. And so me trying to sort of, in a fanboy way, describe her passing, me and the person I was running with, I didn't mean to make fun of your accent at all. I think the results speak for themselves, but it was a sincere homage, and I am genuinely a fan. So what you hear next is the wrap up, really. So Rebecca and I sitting in the sun at the chateau drinking ice cold $4 Coca-Colas and reliving the magic of the 2026 Tussock Traverse.
Rebecca just asked Matt if she's been back for if he's been back for ages.
About 8 minutes.
And she said an hour.
No, you must have, because you were like because I was absolutely kicking rocks that whole first 7K. Like, I hate this sucks. It is.
Why were you so grumpy?
Because I'm not built for climbs at elevation. I'm built for gently rolling down hills. And
I think we need to reframe that narrative, Matt.
No, but Rebecca also was beating me, and we had the aforementioned.
That was actually where the self-talk came in. Was that Rebecca was beating you?
But then we got to that. We got up on top of the saddle, and then we hit the technical stuff, and I was like,
I see.
Flashbacks to Crater Run.
No.
Yeah, no, that was good fun. That was really good fun.
So what did you like about your day then?
I liked everything about it, actually. It was
Everything.
absolutely magical. I loved, despite my nascent grumpiness at the start, I loved everything about it. I loved the terrain.
Even the grumpiness?
No, well, not that, but that fades, right? That is
Yeah,
but
okay.
it's a distant kiss of memory. Yeah, no, it was great. I really liked the technical bit from about 10K on till about 13. I really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I really liked how the path was marked with the stakes, so you could kind of choose your own way.
Yeah.
I ran probably the back half with a person who was quite new to trail running, and she was super stoked, and is last week's guest Paula Griffin's person who ran.
Yeah.
And so she was super stoked, and she was like, you can pace me, and I was like, okay, and we paced her in, and that was really fun. And there was heaps of cool people, and yeah, it was just a good day.
Good vibes.
Very good vibes. Yeah.
So,
How's your day been?
It's been hectic, mate, hectic. I have been helping out at the AidStation, procuring water, media, trying to cover all the first finishers coming in and interview them. Went out on the trail for a little bit and tried my best to keep up with the first and second females on the trail for the 100K. Just for a snippet.
Who were the first and second?
So Katie White and then Kirsty Gilmore.
Right.
And Chrissy Faber was in third, and they were actually all in the AidStation at the same time. So it was super close racing in that female 100K race.
Chrissy passed us about halfway in, about 16K, and she was just typical Chrissy, so smooth, moving so well. Didn't look like she was exerting. But also with that kind of I was like, how are you? She's like, I'm okay. And then just sorry for the accent, Chrissy, that's terrible. But that real kind of, I was like, what, where? I said, are you in front? That's not how she talks. I was like, are you in front? Are you leading? She goes, I don't know where I am. And it was rad. It was just, she's such a weapon.
She is a weapon.
Yeah.
She was saying that she wasn't that happy at the AidStation, but she looked fine. So just not surprised, Chrissy.
Well,
be interesting to see.
Why don't we bring in our old mate over here?
I'll give Rebecca my mic and you can interview your beautiful wife.
You
Why?
interview.
Why
Because,
do I have to interview her?
Well,
You know how to get the most out of Rebecca?
apparently not.
Hey, this guy over here, I was running behind him and he goes, do you want to pass? And I said, oh, no, I'm fine. And he goes, please don't use me as a pacer.
Oh.
I was like, it never occurred to me that I might need a pacer. I'm just running behind you.
I admire your bum.
I felt real stink. I was like, that's really not what's happening here.
Weird.
Yeah, it
We're
was
just going
weird.
the same pace.
Yeah. But then he helped me down that. Did you that bit that was just a tunnel going down through the thing?
That was epic.
He helped me down there, which kind of him. So he must have got over thinking that I was using him as a pacer.
And then what? Did you guys run the rest of the way in
No, I
together?
passed him. He's just come in. Yeah.
Is that the guy crying over there?
Yeah, he's just rocking in the ball.
Take that.
Why?
Hold it like one shaka away from your face.
Yeah, or you can just flip it on. So Rebecca, is this your first time running in this area?
Yes.
Yeah, and what did you think?
It was actually stunning.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So many different parts. The last bit was so like running beside that river through the trees.
Yeah.
And then, it was just beautiful, amazing. Yeah.
And lots of like the flowers are all out at the moment. They're so
purple
pretty.
and the white, the tiny, tiny white, flowers. And I mean, the beginning was so cold. It was freezing,
You
but within
actually
about,
having a
I
minty
actually
there.
thought I was going to have hypothermia before I started. And then about 200 metres in, I was like, cap, got my jacket on. And I was trying to like take it off, and it was...
I think someone persuaded you to take your long sleeve merino off,
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have, that was a poor choice.
and heroically ran back to the moving bus. I know. That was very...
Matt got your thermal for you.
No, took it off.
Took it off.
Luckily,
and
because
dropped
I was
it.
going to wear this, a thermal, and my jacket.
You would have been a sardine in a can. You'd have been so hot.
It took it was literally 200 metres, and we got out of the cloud, and it was fine. It was so weird.
Just the waiting to start, and you get really cold, and then as soon as you start moving, it's fine. And the thing I love about the Tussock is that you get that real mountain alpine adventure, but without having to do the insane climbing.
Yes.
Like, it's actually a really good, like, generally runnable
Yes.
event.
Yes,
Which is cool.
I thought this would be it's challenging, but it's not crater rim ridiculous.
It's a level.
Crater rim broke me. Was it was too challenging, but this
Okay.
was like epic distance, epic level of challenge. Yeah, no, it was awesome.
Great.
And amazing when you come around the corner and you can see the chateau, and you're like,
It's so awesome
yeah,
when you
yeah.
get that view of it, and you're like,
Yeah.
this is like, I'm in the wild, and then
Yeah.
all I can see shelter,
Yeah.
shelter.
We were worried. I was worried. I was like, how is this last 3K going to go? You know, like, how is it? What's it going to look like?
Yeah.
And then we just came around the corner. It's like, boop.
Yeah, it's there. Homes in sight.
beautiful waterfall.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
The water
I got
was
heaps
so
of cool
nice.
photos too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's
Nice work, Michelle.
pretty special.
Yeah.
What does your day look like the rest of the day?
I'm just hanging out here the rest of the day, so do some media stuff and I don't know what else. Probably, I don't know, maybe have a sausage sizzle, and talk to people and help some people through the AidStation. Probably we'll have more 100K runners coming through. So that's kind of,
Do we know how Sean's doing? Sean McWilliams?
Sean McWilliams came through the AidStation. He looked pretty cool, calm and collected. He was fine. He was having a good time.
And what about Bradley? Did we see Bradley Horn from...
Oh, I didn't see Bradley at all. So he's doing the 100K, eh?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen Bradley Horton from Trail Running NZ. I should have recognised the flowing manes,
And
but
the beard?
maybe he hasn't come through yet.
He messaged me
I don't
last night,
know.
and we had been
Do you want-
we had been drinking beers and watching the Warriors, so I missed his call.
Oh,
But
he
he
had
had a headlamp emergency. And I was like,
okay.
I'll borrow. You can borrow my headlamp, bro.
Oh, I would have had a headlamp he could have borrowed.
There's room on my horse for 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the tricky thing with being here is like people often miss something from their compulsory gear and then you're in Ohakuni trying to gather a hiver's vest or a headlamp.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, not the easiest, but come prepared.
From the snowboard
team.
shop. You want a high vid vest, brah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What about you two? What are you going to do now? Just like hang out, have a beersy, have a sausage,
Yes.
enjoy.
Put some warm clothes on, I think. It's a little bit cold.
Breeze when the clouds come over.
Yeah. No.
Well, what do
Well-
we reckon? Out of 10, how was the Tussock experience?
10.
10. 10. Double 10.
I enjoyed the fact that there was no aid stations. I really liked that.
You like the hard corners.
Around the side of the ship.
Yeah. Very good.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Come to the Tussock Traverse, everyone. It is amazing.
Church Radio.
You know, has your apology to Chrissy, has that just been plaguing you, Matt?
Oh, plaguing me. It's just sat in my brain from the moment that. But it really was that, because she just swung past us and sort of kept pace for a while, but was just, you know, she's effortless, but also just quite blithe with everything, right? And
She's,
yeah, it was super cool.
super pragmatic and really strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't come to my house and kill me.
She'll have other ways, Matt. She'll have other ways.
Yeah, absolutely. This event really taught me a lesson, and it taught me several lessons. And at the start, it taught me, you know, I thought about what Andrew said about Northburn and how he said, like, it sucked for the first 90K and I just wanted to quit every 30 seconds, but I didn't. Running up that first bit, I was just like, I hate this. This is terrible. Apart from being in a beautiful location, getting the privilege to do it, all of that, you know, like the grade's kind of douchey. It's like you said, it's like 1% for ages. Mm-hmm. Really soft, rutty sand. It's at elevation. It's cold. It's blowing. You know, and then you hit the. You push up to the saddle about 3.5K in. It really kind of punches up. It's just like, you know how you get those real flushes of negative thoughts, like you can't do this, just stop. This is gonna, you know, this is gonna be you for the day. This is gonna be you. So the first little lesson was just like sitting with that, you know, getting used to sitting with that again, because I haven't raced that much since Tarawera. I've done a couple of events which have been really cool, but that was really nice at the start, going, okay, no, we got this. And of course, Rebecca had left me for dead in the first little bit, and it wasn't until we got into the really kind of shitty boulder bit that I was like, okay, I'm good now. This will be sweet as. But just sitting with those thoughts, it's a real challenge. And the second was running with someone for most, I think probably 2/3 of the race, who, interestingly enough, trains with Paula Griffin, who was last week's guest on Dirt Church Radio, and has just started trail running and is really, really into trail running. And I'm really, really into trail running too, but I've been doing it for a very long time. And being able to reflect the stoke, you know, reflect why someone started their journey and what someone did. And basically we ran together for the whole time. And there were several times where I was like, hey, do you want to pass or do you want to do this? And she was like, no, I'm going to stick with you. And I was like, well, this is cool because I know how to do this. I know tips and tricks and sort of when to, push and when to not. But also, I would have gloriously dilly-dallied at that point. You know, like that middle section, I just sort of went away with the fairies. Yeah, absolutely. It was so much fun. So thank you, Monique. That was really amazing. It was amazing getting a chance to run with you, and it was amazing getting a chance to, reflect that stoke. And it was nice to actually have that experience of running with someone who's new to the sport and to hear what drives them. So that was truly, truly epic. Do you ever, as a coach, you must hear some amazing stories. Do you ever not get bored of it, but does every single time, is it like, wow, that's amazing, or they're each individual?
It is. It was funny actually, like that you asked that, because today I was basically kind of got something like that on a coaching call. You're like, I'm just an average runner, and I said, no, but everybody's story is different, and you get something from seeing people find purpose and focus and push their boundaries, regardless of whether they're front of the pack or back of the pack. So each person brings something different, and there's a lot of joy regardless of, whatever they're seeking with it. I just love working with people in their passion space and, recognize and celebrate the benefits that come from running. It's like, the health, mental health, resilience, all of that stuff that's so beneficial in your everyday life. So I don't get sick of it, and it's everybody's unique, and so they all have their own unique kind of celebrations that I get to be a little part of. Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, when we went from having one kid to two and then from two kids to three, I was like, I don't know if my heart can stretch any more than this.
Oh.
I don't know if there's it's a question you ask yourself, right? Like,
Yeah.
or are you working with people, for me, working with people in healthcare, like your cup for that sort of stuff, it's lovely that it has that sort of ability to stretch almost infinitely, which is wonderful. Another thing that was really wonderful, and this is a plug for the Tussock Traverse and the Ring of Fire, because I was like, this race should be massive because it's incredible. And Ohakuni is wonderful. We went to Carrot World. We saw the giant carrot. We did get there. We
Did
took
you
photos.
go on the pirate ship?
No, we were solely focused on the carrot. We ignored the parsnip. We ignored the Swede.
Did you? And the Brussels sprout?
The Brussels sprout.
What?
Brussels sprout got more of a glance.
Okay.
But we were straight in there up to the carrot, and then went and got a photo of the apple, which I don't know where the apple is. There's a massive apple on the way.
Yeah, you mentioned this, but I have no idea where it is.
I don't know where it is.
If anybody knows, this is like
It's by Big As Ice Cream.
Questions.
We didn't have an ice cream. Oh, it's Waitomo. It's a Waitomo Lodge.
Was it?
That's where it is.
Okay.
Massive
yeah.
apple, like quite a striking apple.
But
I loved this race for the fact that on the entry you could pick whether you wanted a medal or you got a native tree planted.
yeah, it's pretty cool. And
I absolutely love that.
I love too that Project Tongariro are heavily involved. They have a cool sausage sizzle and drink thing, and they do a lot of conservation work like planting in the national park. So really neat to see their involvement and to, be helping benefit that area from a conservation perspective.
100%. 100%. Of course, I chose the medal, not the tree. No, I didn't.
No judgment here. You do you, boo.
I want that trinket. No, I chose the tree. It was amazing.
Aww.
And we got to Waimarino for the check-in, and I hadn't read the fine print. They were like, clean your shoes before you come. And I turned up, and then these two people from the iwi with these buckets of disinfectant. They're like, we need to check your shoes, bro. And I was like, oh no, hell no, they're filthy. And I was like, my shoes are filthy. Can I have that scrubbing brush, please? And I'll clean them right here. They're like, no, they wouldn't have it. They cleaned my shoes for me. I felt like the biggest dick balls ever. It was the worst.
They knew you'd never clean your shoes in your life, and they're like, we've done this plenty of times. We got this.
No, it was like, they were like, you worked us the hardest today.
Yeah.
And I usually do keep them clean, but yeah, amazing. Well, for an event, I mean, there's lots of obvious, for a podcast being recorded in the world at this time, there's lots of obvious things going on that is perhaps hitting people in the wallet or making them think, gosh, with fuel being what it is and global events being what they are and people's kind of anxiety and cost of living, etc. But what else do you think is holding people back?
Yeah, so it's funny because Mel Mack had DM'd me on Instagram today saying, like, Ali, why are there more dudes in the 50 to 59 category than women altogether? And for Ring of Fire, and I was like, far out. I hadn't looked at those numbers, but that's a really good question. And kind of, I guess, from that broader sense, I mean, it's smack bang kind of in the middle of the North Island of New Zealand. It does take a bit of travel to get there, depending on where you're coming from. So I guess at the moment, cost of living is quite tricky for people when it comes to paying for an event and travel and accommodation, like it's not one of those spots where you can show up and stay with a mate so easily. And also it's known for its gnarliness. Like the Ring of Fire is a true around the mountain run. If anybody has done the goat, they'll know how tough that section is. The missing link is also pretty massive. There's these kind of mega valleys that are really rocky and technical. Tussock Traverse is kind of the the kinder sister of the three.
Absolutely.
But I can see why people would find it intimidating. And also, I guess for women looking at it, the good thing is that there's actually really broad cutoffs. So they had their finish line cutoff. I think people were in maybe 4 hours before the final finish line cutoff, which was cool. So, plenty of time to kind of complete the full loop. And I know even the 60K, one of the ladies I coach who's really capable, done lots of ultras, all that sort of stuff, she was going, I don't know if I'll make the cutoffs. And because she hadn't had experience in that area, it is hard to know, how long will I take to do this? So it's tricky from that kind of, often people will go and recce things and go, yeah, okay, I can do this section in this time. I can piece it together on race day. So there's that kind of lack of experience on that terrain, or kind of going, I know I've got this, to put it in perspective. So I think that probably plays a part as well. And, there are the major events that people kind of gravitate towards because they hear so much about it. So it is kind of grassroots events get probably less coverage, less visibility than they could. And we know they do great things for the community. So bringing in to somewhere like Ohakune, who's really been, that region's really been hammered by factory closures and all that sort of stuff, job losses and people having to move away for work. So to have an event or events there is a really, healthy lifeline for them. So, I don't know. Why do you think the numbers aren't what they could be?
I think it's always hard when you have had to cancel an event a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously with the fires and everything like that, there's a fairly good reason to do that. I think that takes time to build back up momentum. I think you're right about the fact that it seems like, unfortunately, and this is the heartbreaking thing, and we went through Taumata Nui, looking at all the shops, empty shops, everything like that, going to Ohakune, going to Whakapapa and looking at the chateau, where we finished.
Yeah.
And I just thought about the Fairmont.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to UTA,
Yeah.
which is another kind of, so the Fairmont and the chateau are kind of similar, like they're old money, grand old lady kind of buildings with this amazing like scenery right on their doorstep. They've got a history. And I thought about the Fairmont and what that would be like, a finish line there if that was the Fairmont versus that. And the chateau was closed, I felt so sad about that. I thought we could have a nice gin and tonic on the deck of the chateau if it was open. That would have been a real pull. But how nice would that have been, right? And I know it's not that simple to say, well, how nice would that have been?
No, it was, because the first Ring of Fire finished in the ballroom of the chateau. And it was a 1920s kind of a flapper-esque theme. And it was epic, how crazy to finish this big mountain run, people finishing in the dark with headlamps on and then arriving up the red carpet to this party of people all glammed up. I had this bejeweled dress and, the headpiece and stuff welcoming people in. It was so cool. So it does kind of have that, looking up at the empty building on Saturday, and it was having those memories and going, how it could be, because I've got wonderful memories there of, sitting, having a high tea and looking at Ngauta Hoi and just being like, how amazing is this? And when you're in that environment, you can see the chateau from so far away. It's such a feature in the landscape. So it'd be amazing to see it come back to life, because it's such an amazing resource in that area. Yeah.
But we know it's not that simple. But
No.
I think that's what holds back. It's interesting. Rebecca was, again, if you're not going to go to the Shadow, we went to the powder keg afterwards. And what we did is I don't think we even went up to our room. We went to the bar. We left our bags we left our race kit in the car. We grabbed our stuff, went and got a beer, sat on the deck in the sun, and watched people finish the 60K and watched the first 100K finisher come in.
Cool.
And that was just so absolutely, that was delicious. You know, that was really fun, really cool, and a really nice way to do things. But it needs to build back up, doesn't it? People need to build trust in events. And I was just thinking, man, people actually, we kind of got this all to ourselves. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, that's what I think. And word needs to get out too. And people, you're so right too, like with challenge, like I think about, you know, the person I was running with, and she was like, I've done Tarawera 50 and I don't know if I can, you know, I'm going to do this and this is, and I was thinking this is probably legit harder than the Tarawera 50 because of the elevation and the terrain and what you're running through and that's not to take away from completing an ultramarathon, but actually it's that distance versus distance being synonymous with probity or truth, you know, like it doesn't mean to, like, no, we didn't run an ultramarathon, but like that was a legit distance.
Oh yeah, like you find the same with the goat. If you do the goat in January, that course, like it's known for being such a gnarly mountain run. You finish that just going, oh, that was a day.
Yeah, I've heard. I've never done it. It's something that I really, really, really want to do. What
Yeah,
Rebecca
you
was
should.
saying when we were sitting on the deck is she, again, and it comes back to this thing about access and stuff. What she said heaps was, I wouldn't like to be out in the dark with a headlamp on out there in the dark because I'd feel frightened. And she kept saying, you'd be fine, you'd love it. I was like, yeah, absolutely, that would be amazing. But I know that she would love it too.
She would love it, yeah.
But it's that thing of how do you get to love it? You get to love it by doing things. How do you do things? You get trust and you get,
Yeah.
you know, pushed into that direction. So it's a challenge. But look, if you get the chance, come next year and late March and do the Ring of Fire or the Tussock Traverse and just tell 5 friends to come and do it too, because
That'd be
my
great.
goodness me. And we're not getting, like, we're not influencing this, we're not getting paid to say this. This is just like genuinely. The other thing I really loved about it, I love the fact that there was no aid stations. I really liked that. I was like,
so there was meant to be some for Ring of Fire that weren't there.
right.
So that was a tricky thing, navigating people arriving, going, where was the last aid station? Or
Donde está
the
la aid
next
station?
the next one's not there. So there was a bit of a curveball, but people took it in their stride, to be honest. And I mean, yeah, it's that mountain terrain, and you know, like you've got to be pretty self-sufficient out there anyway for long stretches, and hopefully though next year they'll be on it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't talk to the Ring of Fire aid stations. That sounds like if I think that I was expecting an aid station and one wasn't there, that would be another story. But it was fun, you know, like having to judge how much water you needed to carry,
Yeah.
think about everything like that, and got there by the skin of my teeth, I must say. So,
Well, it ended up quite warm.
yeah,
Yeah, but I think that's the good thing, right, about these races is it does prepare you to have more self-supported adventures as well. So
Yeah.
you've got that kind of confidence of having an event team around you, but then maybe I will go and experience this myself with some mates or something like that.
100%.
Yeah.
You talked about there's a snippet in the audio that we would have listened to, and you said we need to you like challenging my negative thought patterns or something like that.
Was I?
Yeah, because I was saying I was kicking rocks or it was sucking or something.
Oh, yeah.
Competitive people being hard on themselves.
Yeah.
You put there, is it okay to sort of embrace mediocrity? What do you think? Are you a competitive
absolutely
person?
think it is. So certain times, yes, I am. But actually, when it comes to my running, I'm really not. Because, like, for me, I'm not doing it to be competitive. I'm doing it because I love being fit and exploring the outdoors. So, you know, like it sucks if you're at the back of the pack and you're like, oh cut-offs or last or whatever like that. But actually, just to be out there doing it is really kind of what it's about for me anyway. And I can totally appreciate people wanting to be competitive, and like really getting down to those nitty gritty and like there was a video that Reese took. He was him, Robbie and Sam did the relay, and Reese could see the guy ahead of him and he's just flying, and I'm cracking up because I'm like, he's trying really hard to catch him. And like I love that like races really light a fire and under people to really go full send and full spend. I love that we get to push ourselves that way if we choose. But I think, I don't know, ultimately, like it's dialing into what your running means to you and what you want from it and what keeps you having a really healthy relationship with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I come from an intensely competitive family. Intensely competitive. No, intensely.
Do you?
My especially on my paternal side, like my granddad, he was one of those classic like interwar year athletics. He not a prodigy, but he was very, very good. He did a long jump, all track and field, played for Tottenham Hotspur's club. Like he was proper on the pathway, like heading, he talk of sort of 1940 Olympics if, the war hadn't happened. And when he came back from fighting and he instilled in a real competitive drive. Certainly in my dad, and my sister's super competitive as well. And it's funny because with running, it's something that I can be competitive about and competitive with myself, but in other aspects of my life, I'm so competitive. Music, my work, like super competitive. And it's funny that this space is kind of the place where I'm perhaps, embracing grudgingly the fact that I'm like, I think I had a couple of beers the night before the race. I was like, well, meticulous preparation hasn't helped thus far. So what am I trying to achieve? So that's an interesting one. But I think basically, if you're super competitive and you're okay with where you're at, that's an adaptive thing to do. And if you're not super competitive and you're okay with where you're at, that's an okay thing to do. Hey, but if that's flipped and that's eating you alive, probably time to do something about it. Who's the most competitive human being you've ever met?
I don't know. Like I've met a lot of competitive humans, and I think it depends on the niche that they're in. And often probably the people that are most competitive don't actually give it away so much, like I've got friends that are really elite sports people in different fields, but although they're driven, they don't kind of seem, like win at all costs still, even though they probably are. I don't know. That's a hard one. Who's the most competitive person you've met?
I can't. So I'm the same. They seem to fit into bands. Someone actually. The most competitive person I've ever met is someone I worked with for a long time, and they weren't an athlete, but they were competitive to the point where it's like, if I get caught in a bear trap, I'll chew my own leg off. And I think that was to their detriment. It's funny, isn't it? Like, again, you meet these elite athletes who, when it's time to go, they will go.
Yeah.
And sometimes that doesn't translate into all areas of their life, and it's pretty clear when it does translate. But I think in the workspace, someone, intensely driven and very much saw things as a zero-sum game. Not the most positive sort of mindset to take. But interesting. And I love and competition's fun. Like I love watching people.
Yeah.
I love watching people race. I love watching people win and people strive and all of that. And we saw so much of that this weekend.
Yeah.
What's next for us?
I'm trying to
Tell you
think.
what's next for us. Andrew McDowell's coming back.
Hey, Andrew,
he's been on a sabbatical.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm excited about that, but we're off to Ultra Trail Australia next.
Yeah, that'll be good. That's May. So a little bit of a quieter patch for us will be BAU, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Business as usual. But look, that's us for this weekend. We hope that you've enjoyed AidStation. I hope that that audio wasn't too chaotic and you did find something enjoyable in it. And also, again, you know, mō taku hei, Chrissy.
I was waiting for that. I knew there'd be another Chrissy apology.
And yeah, we'll see you next week. Dirt Church Radio is me, Matt Raymond.
Me, Ali Pottinger.
And our old mate, Andrew McDowell. And stay tuned next week for our DCR podcast where we've got a really great guest lined up.